Right. As we moved into the PC era, what we've seen is a resurgence of people trying to play card games and board games with other people over the internet. And one thing the PC has always failed to replicate properly is the fact that it can't really replicate the experience of playing a card game or board game simply because you can't move stuff around anymore. You don't get the same feeling as you did when you originally had to move the card. Now, even as we move into the era of what Apple likes to call the post-PC era, we've seen a resurgence of electronic devices known as tablets. Tablets have a touch screen that allow you to manipulate things properly in the way a PC could never replicate. And now we see this chance. Our team sees this chance to bring back the feeling of playing card games onto a tablet itself. So we've created this application. We've created this app called the TableTop Engine, a virtual tabletop designed to play card games, and essentially a social environment. And you basically replicate the same feeling as you originally did when you played card games with your friends. Now we'll go through the app quickly. Firstly, this is the main page of the app, and as you see, there are two buttons. Firstly, there's a start game, which allows you to go to our game lobby and start the game. And secondly, there's a manage packages, which allows you to see what packages or modules you have currently on your iPad. So let's go through the manage packages because it's much shorter. Firstly, on the manage packages page, we see a couple of things. Firstly, you have a list of packages that you currently have, and you can delete them if you want to save space on your iPad. Secondly, you also see you see our store, and basically this store shows you a list of packages, what's available on our server, and what you can download from our server itself. And second, one last thing we have here is known as a previous save states. If we get disconnected from a game, we save a state for you so that you can rejoin the game later. And if you don't want to rejoin this game again, you can just delete the save state if you so like. Now, onto this, let's go and have a look at some of the games. We can start the game here. Firstly, when you go to our game lobby, you see three things. Firstly, there is join peers, which is whoever's within your vicinity and actually has created a game. You can join the game yourself. Secondly, you can create your own game through the list of. We'll give you a list of packages that you currently already have, and you can with a simple create button, you can create your own game. And lastly, you see a previous save state. If you want to restart another game you originally ended halfway, you can go start the game. So let's start the game of Magic here. And you see the game is loaded. Now, the first thing you do when you play a game is always you have to join the game properly. Right now, what you see here is essentially just as an observer. You don't actually join the game until you sit down, draw your deck, and play cards with people. We do it the same way. So by clicking on the player avatar, what you can do. Hello. There we go. And now you can join the game. You just simply click the join button and it joins the game itself. It's fairly intuitive interface. Now when you do this, right, what you can do is that you can see some actions that are available to you when you, for example, tap on your deck. You can see a shuffle deck. Then it will shuffle your deck. You can see a button of you can look at your whole deck if you so prefer. Right now, or if you do this, all you will see is a face down card because all your cards are currently face down. But if you want to see your cards face up, all you have to do is flip everything face up, and then look at your deck again, and you can see everything inside your deck itself. So now let's flip it down again, and shuffle it. Oh, here we go. Off, face down, and shuffle. So right now, what you can do is you can draw cards. You can draw cards in two ways. One, drawing to your hand directly if your hand is currently open, and you can draw it to a player avatar and then deal it to that player avatar itself. So let's draw a few cards. Yes, there we go. Now, within your hand itself, you can rearrange your cards, and you can of course tap a card to see a larger version of a card so that you can look at it in more detail. And of course, you can put a card into play, and when the card's in play, you can look at the card. You can also flip it face down, or you can turn it left, turn it right, and flip it back face up again. So the actions there's a context sensitive menu here that allows you when you tap on the object, so that you can see what the actions that are available to you. So this, in a nutshell, is our application, the virtual tabletop engine. Now it's currently still in development. So if you want to test this out, contact us and we'll send it to you via test flight. Thank you.